Best escape room I've ever done.
Best escape room you've ever done? All right. Please state your name for the record.
Richie Schneider.
And because we are right outside 60 out, people might think that we are doing an escape room. We are not.
Not tonight.
We just reviewed a burger next door.
Not tonight.
So in order to properly credential yourself, about how many burgers would you say you've consumed in your lifetime?
Oh, definitely over 500.
Okay, that's
Close
fair.
to 1,000.
Somebody once said 15,000.
Okay. Well, that person is probably the shape of a burger by now.
I think they're liars, but they are. What burger are you reviewing today?
I am reviewing the burger from Severance Wine Bar.
Severance Wine Bar. And you had the blue cheese fondue burger?
I had the blue cheese fondue burger, and my counterpart had the classic fondue burger.
Yes, but
I'm not reviewing that one.
I didn't let you taste my burger.
Okay, no. That's forbidden from this.
No, we've done it before.
Oh, okay.
I did splitsies with
You
Ackles.
just didn't even ask me to. I'm offended. I don't even want to do this anymore.
You shouldn't. But we'll begin. Do you have any unprompted thoughts or musings on this burger before we get started?
Unprompted thoughts. I thought it was interesting, but when I found out that we were going here, that they actually did fondue with the burger, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
I was excited to try it.
How would you compare the taste and flavor profile of this burger to those 500 other burgers that you've had?
I would say taste and flavor profile were very good. I would say it does a very good job of, when you think of fondue, you typically think of something that's very liquidy, and it didn't really become too liquidy. I think it was flavor profile, and it wasn't a strong cheese either. As far as blue cheese was concerned, it was very mild blue cheese. So flavor profile, very good.
I wonder about the strength of it, because I think that the middle cheese, the Gruyere and Emmental, might be
in between.
Stronger one.
Yeah, well, it might be stronger, but it's the blue cheese was blue cheese, but it wasn't a strong blue cheese, so I think that's what makes it probably a little bit more delicious. Otherwise it'd probably be a little too overpowering.
How would you rate the meat to bun to fixin ratio of this burger?
I would say meat to bun is good, not enough fixins.
More fixins were needed?
More fixins. The only fixins they had was a tiny bit of arugula, which I know that Mr. Ray O'Brien is very partial to. But they had a little tiny bit of arugula, and then it was a caramelized onion jam, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then the fondue cheese, but
I could have maybe done with something else also. I'd agree with that.
A little like crunch factor on it, you know.
How would you rate the cook of your burger?
It was a medium well, so it was good. And I tend to I prefer burgers that are a little bit more on the well done side than on the undercooked side. I think we talked about that a little bit. When it gets to way too rare, it's just to the point where you're wondering if you're going to survive after eating that burger. So this was probably a little too overcooked, but good.
Okay. How would you rate the structural integrity of the burger?
Surprisingly good. I was actually very surprised at how well the burger held up. I did find that as I was getting toward the center of the burger, there was a bigger, this goes back to the meat to bun ratio. When you get to the center of the burger, there's more meat than there is bun. Outer edges of the burger, there's more of the fixings than the meat in the bun. So it varied as you kind of went around, but the nice thing is you could kind of take some of the stuff that dropped and put it in the middle and then chew on it. So it was good. Structural integrity was surprisingly good. It didn't fall apart.
There's a word for that stuff. I have to ask Mara what it is. It's a Greek word, but
okay.
I did see you adding stuff back onto the burger.
Yes, I did.
How would you rate the mouthfeel of the burger?
It was consistent. It was good mouthfeel. It wasn't like too gooey. Wasn't too hard when you bit into the meat. You know, sometimes when you cook meat a little bit too much, it can become a little bit too tactile, too chewy. And then this one was perfectly cooked, so the mouthfeel was very good. Taste was good. Yeah, not too stinky either. Typically, I'm a big proponent of stinky blue cheese, but.
Were there any flavors that you felt were lost or underutilized in this burger?
I think I mentioned about the blue cheese. I'm a big stinky blue cheese person, so I would have preferred a little bit more blue cheese, but I appreciate the fact that they didn't do a stinky blue cheese, because that would have overpowered all the other flavors. Depending on where you bit into the burger, you'd get more flavor of one item than the other. So as you got toward the very outer edge, you get more bun. Once you get a little bit further in, you get more of like the caramelized onion jam, and then right in the dead center, it's just all beef. And there's pretty even distribution of the cheese throughout, so it was good.
How would you rate the vibe and aesthetic of the establishment?
Average. Yeah, it's about average. I've been to a little bit trendier places before. It's on the either the lower end of trendy or the higher end of not trendy.
You missed the. You walked in right off the table next to me. Had stopped talking about going to Belgium for like 48 hours and on like a model Instagram party trip or whatever. It seemed to me like there was some trendy clientele.
Okay, all right, it could very well be. It wasn't packed though, so.
All right, and last question: do you have any final thoughts before I go in and review one of these people in here about how their ghost ship or Dracula experience was?
Final thoughts: skip on the fried pickles, skip on the churros, which is very rare that I would say that because I love churros. Both of them were average. Burger is delicious. I would come back for the burger if I'm interested in giving somebody an experience of a fondue-esque type burger. I think this is a great experience for that.
So you're saying the Bavarian pretzel bites and the s'mores station?
Oh yeah, you had the pretzel bites too.
Or what you would go with?
Yeah, I would probably go with the pretzel bites over the fried pickles. Yeah. Oh, and one other last comment. The burger, especially since it's such a cheesy burger, it pairs really nicely with a nice glass of red wine, which is what I got it with, and it was fantastic. I recommend the Syrah. It's very good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.